Hello everybody, back here at game number 3 between IdrA, our blue Zerg player down here in the bottom part of the map on Metalopolis, and his opponent in the winner of last game, TT1, our red Protoss player, who's actually now showing green in the top bar, so I'm not quite sure why that is bugging out. But this is the MLG version of Metalopolis, so they do have cross-map spawning positions, no close spawning. We're going to see IdrA's scout here with his Overlord, try and check for these close spawning positions via air. Not going to see anything. We're going to see TT1 also send out a probe scout after pylon. And last game, let's talk about last game here for a second. I was kind of surprised how well TT1's attack actually worked out there. I thought IdrA was going to be able to macro enough roaches, excuse me, to just fight that off, but it seemed like after the force fields were thrown down, he just kept committing to the fight, waiting for the force fields to run out, and they kind of just never did. So maybe, I'm not quite sure if that fight would have went better for him if he maybe fell back, waited for the force fields and maybe engaged from a different direction, but needless to say, the fight didn't go well for him. That fight, it was quite a long fight. He actually brought in reinforcements, and TT1 actually brought in, I think, at least 2 rounds of warp in, so pretty long fight. Consistent use of force fields kept him alive for most of that. Didn't lose too many units. I think he didn't lose a single immortal, and those immortals can really rack up the damage against those roaches. So his spawning pool going to go down, so he's going to go spawning pool first, and then going to go for a hatchery. But he's actually faking going for a hatchery first here. He's going to try and bother this probe, try and get him low before he's actually going to get him. Oh wow, he gets the probe. It's a little sloppy play there from TT1, but he gets the pylon down. Going to be kind of annoying. Not going to bother IdrA too much because he already went for the pool first, so IdrA not too worried about this. Not going to slow him down too much. He's going to make some Zerglings, probably 4 as soon as that spawning pool finishes, to kill that pylon. Kill that pylon and throw down his expansion. And now we got TT1 up here at the top, getting a cybernetics core, making a zealot out of that, a gateway, and this Overlord is slowly making his way around over here. Probably going to position him somewhere to keep an eye on this expansion eventually as the game progresses. And this probe trying to mine at that big giant mineral there inside that rotating thing, but he's like, I want the minerals in there. Drones don't know any better. So these Zerglings are going to quickly take it away and blow up that pylon. He's going to be able to transform there into a hatchery, so he's going to get his expansion up. And TT1, we're going to see here what his plan is, what he's going to kind of transition into. His gas finishes. I guess that's probably, I would say consider that a late gas. After this cybernetics core was finished for a while, I would say early gas is anything before cybernetics core for sure, but anything before the cybernetics core is halfway finished is usually, I would say, like early, and then about that, anything normal around that area. So the sentry is going to try and catch this drone, but I think it's too slow. Let me check the move speed here, 2.25, and I think that's yeah, it's slower than a drone, so the only reason this sentry is never going to catch that drone if it's consistently microed. And this, what's he going to throw down? A gateway. He's going to throw down a gateway, show 1 gateway to IdrA. Not going to be too worried about showing 1, but even going to show a 3rd one. Wow. He actually saw that. He did see both of those there. He's going to try and juke the sentry, and he's going to do it. Yeah, he is. He's going to get away. So that drone's feeling pretty slick. He's going to come over here, scout this out. See, okay, going to go for 3 gateway, probably go for an expand again. So we may see a recreation here of the game 1 on Zelnaga Caverns, where we saw IdrA go for a quick hatch, get a roach warren, and he actually, oh, he's pulling the guys off gas for some more extra minerals. So like I said, we may see IdrA transition here into some roaches and then just go for another Zergling roach attack. Now, the one reason he did that on Zelnaga Caverns is because that map has a very wide expansion, and it's a lot harder to defend against a Zergling roach attack. Now, this map is a little bit different. Your expansion is a lot more contained as opposed to Zelnaga Caverns, so we might not see IdrA do that, and actually he's already throwing down a 3rd here. So IdRA's going to play a little bit more map-based strategy and not go for that same build. Zergling's out here at the front, just going to keep an eye on these sentries, making sure he's not doing anything insane like taking 2 Nexus at once. Go for a double expand there. That would be kind of tricky. IdrA basically has nothing to stop an expansion, so if TT1 wanted to throw up another Nexus right now, he basically could. And throw up some cannons at that 3rd and kind of just try and deal with that. That would be a pretty interesting strategy. So we're going to have this 3rd base is going to finish at about the time TT1's main, or sorry, natural hero finishes. Zerglings out, speed is done, Roach Warren also finished. So is IdrA actually going to go for this attack again? He's going to go off of 3 base this time instead of 2. So maybe just a little bit delayed version. No, he's actually going to drone up a little more, send some drones over there to that expansion. And there they go, some drones heading out over there with some minerals in hand. Queen going to spread some creep tumors, and that's going to be his 3rd queen over there. So good job with that queen timing. And this hatchery is morphing up to a lair. And what do we have over here? A lot of sentries out and about. Looks like he's got 1 space distance in between the nexus there in this gateway. So pretty snug entrance there. Zergling's just coming out, going to do some scouting, making sure what type of army composition he has, how many units he has, in case he has to worry about any type of oncoming attack. And TT1 going to take down the supply depot. Doesn't need that anymore. Those things are quite annoying. I don't know what it is about them. They just bother me. I'm kind of weird like that. But TT1 is getting his expansion up and going. Has a pretty decent saturation so far. And Chrono boosting out some more probes. Still pretty boosting out here at his main. And still hasn't showed any more tech other than the 4 gateways he has. So we'll see what type of timing he's going to go for. This attack, and another hatchery going down for IdrA, throwing up macro hatchery, and he's getting some more roach upgrades. So it looks like we're going to see IdrA go with the same army composition as we had first game, Zergling roaches, to deal with this attack. I guess he's feeling it this game. Going to go for a little bit delayed version of the same build he did game 1. Now, in game 1, I think, like I said earlier, it worked out better on that map to do it earlier, but in this map, he might do it to prevent a 3rd base from TT1 from finishing. That way he can be on 3 bases versus 2 base and then just easily take a 4th. But wow, already TT1 going to go up for an attack, and he cancels that macro hatch and throws down some spine crawlers. I don't think those are going to finish in time. Those things just started in TT1. Oh wow, TT1 turns around. Oh, IdrA, he canceled his macro hatchery, threw up 3 spine crawlers, and he's going to come to find out. TT1, look, he's even sending a Zergling out there. He's going to see, like, oh great, he left. Awesome. I'm glad I canceled my macro hatchery and made 3 spine crawlers for nothing. So that little bit of a fake there from TT1 actually paid off, and really slowed down IdrA's macro, paying off there, and throwing down a hatchery over here on the 4th. And we're going to see a 3rd throw up here from a TT1 over here in the top left part of Metalopolis. And this probe is going to throw down a pylon. Probably going to go for a wall up here. This is definitely usually standard play for Protoss players. They like to wall this off completely. That way they only have to worry about the single entrance here at the front of their base to deal with that. So IdrA now with the speed upgrade on those overlords, he's going to send those guys all out over the map. They got the message. They're all heading out. Going to go spread some creep at all the bases. And he actually, does he see this 3rd over here? I don't think that's not in range, no, but he just clicked over there, so he's going to see it with these Zerglings. As soon as he runs in there, he's going to see these Zerglings. And there he goes. And now TT1 is going to know that IdrA knows that he has an 3rd base. And these stalkers are going to come over here, try and pick off those Zerglings. Nope, they're too fast. They're going to get away easily. And this Overlord is going to get suicided in here to the main and see basically nothing. He's going to see a Robo, a +1 attack upgrade out on the way, and a Robotics Bay. And Hydralisk's on the way for IdrA. And that Overlord is going to sneak away. Wow, he had his Nitrous on or something, getting out of there with 7 life. But down here in IdrA world, he's actually getting Hydra this game. So fearing that mass warp gate army, switching to mostly Roach Hydra at this point. And now we have Colossus coming out, Colossus with Thermal Lance being researched, and Drop Sacks. Because I don't like calling them Ventral Sacks. Drop Sacks, that's kind of bad too. But anyway, IdRA's going to be able to do some drops here on the base of TT1 with some Roaches, Zerglings. He's getting ready for it. He has all the stuff he needs. He's probably waiting for that Groove Spines to finish it. Now he's going to go for a big Doom drop here, and probably the main of TT1, and TT1 is going to have to try and funnel all these units through this choke he has made himself. This is definitely one of the problems with the Protoss builds. Your Sim City is that it kind of fights against you whenever you want to go back into your main to defend it. And he's going to do a 2-prong attack over here. He's going to send some Roaches in here to the left to try and attack all these inanimate buildings. Actually, there's one Photon Cannon there and a second one. But this is going to distract us. He's going to attack with this first and then kind of distract him all this one. So you can see over there on the minimap going to the left. He's going to have to split up his forces. Doing the majority of his forces dropping here in the main. Roach is going to start taking out some buildings, and he's already dropping creep there. Good idea with the creep there. And looks like we get the Colossus out just in time. Force is going to go down, and he's actually picking off a couple of units. He's got plenty of force fields. You can see all the energy on those Oh wow, nice force fields trapping all those units in there, and IdrA is kind of committing, trying to fight into the force fields. That's never going to work out, and some great force fields here, just keeping those units as far away as possible. The attack on the left hasn't been defeated, and IdrA is kind of running out of units here in the main. He needs to get those overlords out of there. He's running out of units. He did kill a lot of sentries, but that Colossus is still alive, the Stalkers are still alive, and it looks like the overlord's going to get out of there just in time. Did he manage to kill a lot of his probes there? I'm not quite sure. I can pop the workers killed tab there. So we had 17 workers killed there by IdrA. So he actually did quite a bit of damage with the attack, at least on the economy of TT1. You can check the harvester count, 80 versus 66. So IdrA in the lead there. He's got his 4th up, getting gas first. Definitely a much needed thing. He's going to do another drop here. Zerglings, Roaches, Hydra. Going to come back in and going to try and take out some warp gates. So Roach is going to come here to try and get another attack on. He has fewer sentries, so these sentries aren't going to last very long. You can see he's got enough for just a few force fields. And he's going to kill those Colossus. That one is extremely low there. IdrA is running out of units, and he's got some more units built up here down there at the bottom. Oh, taking out that pylon. It's going to be pretty big. He's actually going to lose that Colossus. No, he hasn't lost it yet. Warping in somewhere else to try and tank for more units being reforced in, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. IdrA's now changing his mind, getting out of dodge, and he's going to have to get out of there. Has some more reinforcements, but over here on the left side, looks like this never actually got taken out, so those Roaches didn't do too much damage over there. And it looks like IdrA's going to get ready for another drop again. +1 attack upgrade there, and he's got Hive on the way, so IdrA been doing some nice macro back at home. Getting that tech up, is already up to Hive. +1 attack on the air. Does he actually have Corruptors out? I don't think I've actually seen any Corruptors. Let me check the units tab. No Corruptors out. 81 drones versus 72 probes. And we're going to have another 2-prong attack here. Actually going to do some drops, try and get behind those photon cannons. Actually with it, which is just 1 right now. So IdrA doing some consistent pressure here. That's a huge army. Wow, those units are going to get destroyed so fast. Those Colossus just murdering all of IdrA's forces. Zealots being warped in there, and this is just getting toasted. That army is completely destroyed. But here on the left side, IdrA doing a lot of damage. Going to take out a lot of units, going to take out some probes, kill those cannons, and we can watch the harvester count just continue to drop here. He's down to 60 once again, warping in a stalker, and his forces are now, you can see on the minimap, transferring over here to his 3rd, warping in some zealots, try and get rid of these stalkers or roaches. He's going to kill the Nexus, and he gets it. Wow, IdrA is playing true Zerg style, just sacrificing units to get the advantage. You know, screw just losing units and on the battlefield. He just goes right for the economy. You can see your TT1 is basically only mining off 1 base. Now transferring units back here to his main, but now TT1 knows that his economy has been severely crippled. He's going to go on the counterattack, hoping IdrA is not going to be prepared for this counterattack, and he might not be. Supply count 154, 151 for TT1. He actually just lost some more units there, and IdrA with 184. He just got a lot of Corruptors out. Roaches, Corruptors, Zealots are going to get picked off over here on the left. That's going to be so bad. He's going to lose all his meat up front. Corruptors getting some free shots here on the Colossus. And TT1 is going to have to attack as soon as possible. The longer he waits, the worse it gets for him. The economy for IdrA is just so far ahead. Look at that, 2,000 versus 900. Corruptors is going to come up, trying to focus fire, kill down those Colossus as fast as possible. Colossus dropping, Hydra in the back, doing a lot of damage. Plenty of Roaches, 20 more Roaches on the way. This is totally IdrA's game to lose right now. He's completely crushed this counterattack from TT1. And that's, I think, all she wrote for TT1. There we've got it. GG. TT1 losing this game. And wow, I was kind of surprised there. IdrA, his first couple of drops weren't really that effective, but he just was consistent with it, just kept producing, and TT1 never really guarded this area of his base. He never put stalkers here to deflect any type of drop. He just kind of hung out here in the middle, and you know, if at first you don't succeed, IdrA, just keep dropping away. So he was dropping it consistently that whole, as soon as he turned on the aggression knob, he just turned it up to 10 and then up to 11, and eventually did a lot of damage here, killing a lot of probes, and then at his 3rd and eventually took out that expansion, sacrificing some roaches, but was completely worth it. And then it just came down to the counterattack, where TT1 figured, you know what, I've lost my economy, I'm going to go for a counterattack, try and win, but it just wasn't enough. IdrA managed to fight that off and getting this victory, which ended up giving him a 2-1 win over a TT1. So I hope you guys enjoyed this series. You can check out my channel, youtube.com/EonShiKeno. That's it for me. See you guys later.